this event. They've done everything but win it up against a young Bosnia-Herzegovina side.
Yeah, there you see Niels, the veteran of European pool, lagging off.
Netherlands wins the leg.
For Bosnia, up-and-coming youth player. Very, very tidy player is Sanjin, so interested to see how he gets on in this opening match.
Marc Bijsterbosch, former European 10-ball champion. Was a terrific player. Niels Feijen, one of the best of the modern era. As for the Bosnians, Sanjin, Pehlivanovic and Ajdin, Piknjač.
The first racket. Netherlands to break.
Bijsterbosch to break off.
Very powerful break there from Marc, and this is nice indeed. I think the one ball set up nicely over the corner. Possesses a lot of power, a lot of cue power does Marc. So it looks like it's a little bit of a thin snip, does this one. Maybe even a bank shot if you can't cut this in. Yeah, there you see the bank shot, and this is not bad. Got a nice shot on the two ball up into the right corner now.
Bijsterbosch holds Feijen in very high regard. We all do. As Niels was saying, when he was a youngster, Marc, when he was a child,
please.
was his hero. Now he's his partner. What a turnaround. What a story.
Yeah, cue ball's just landed on the rail, so that's made things a little bit trickier for Marc. Very nicely played though, heart of the pocket and perfect position. Always nice if you can start any match with a break and roll. Niels just lands a little bit short of where he would have liked to have been there though on the 6, so you might see Marc playing for the 8 up into the top. Yeah, that's fine, plays it with power instead to come back up into the centre of the table.
Looking exactly what they are. Red-hot favourites to win the match. The odds before the start, Netherlands 1-4, Bosnia and Herzegovina 11-4. The first rack underlines how difficult the Dutch are going to be to beat.
Netherlands wins the first rack.
It's like Carl said, that really is the ideal start, the perfect way to draw first blood. The Dutch off to a break and run flyer. So Carl, you're in the tournament.
Can't believe it, Phil. You're going to miss me, aren't you?
Well, don't think I'm going to cover you when you need to go and practice. Forget that. The patriotism goes out of the window. I need my breaks.
Yeah, I woke up and I got the call, didn't I? And this is going to be fun and games, let me tell you, Phil.
All joking apart, it's great to see Darren Appleton, one of the colossus of the European pool scene, and yourself, of course, a former world champion. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it's perfect that you're in the GB seaside because, of course, you're from Blackpool.
I like it, like what you've done with that one. Yeah, Great Britain C. Obviously, the two other teams, and we will be playing tomorrow night, right before the A team. So that's good for the pool fans around the world. I'm going to take it easy on the players today in the comms box. Can't be too critical today because I've got to go out there and perform myself.
Well, I was just about to say, I'm sure you'll be fine, but I'm not, so I won't say it. Only joking, folks.
Yeah, that's a useful break. Random ball falls in and he's got to look at this one ball. Red 3 balls the next ball after this, so he's got to swing the cue ball around a couple of rails through the gap. That's done nicely.
Certain relationships in this World Cup of Pool can be a little testy. Sometimes teams are forged with not the best of friends, but these two have got tremendous chemistry and they're generally good pals.
Yeah, Niels plays a loose one there though. He didn't want to be this close to the 4 ball. So this is just going to give Marc something to think about. He does have a little angle. Yeah, so it wasn't the end of the world. And of course, winner breaks. If they can notch another rack here, and just keep your opponents in the chair.
Two for the price of one doesn't make a great amount of difference because the shape is achieved almost naturally on the 8.
Yeah, Niels is just, last couple of shots, he's just lost the cue ball a little bit. Cue ball's on the rail.
Second track.
It is a double Dutch break and run out to start this contest. The Netherlands leading Bosnia Herzegovina 2-0. Carl, that must be intimidating for the Bosnians.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's nothing they can do. They've just got to sit there, be patient, hope you get a chance. Of course, you don't know what that chance is going to be like. But pool players, we've all been through this, Phil, where you just sat there and it's not, you know, you've not had a shot or it's not going your way yet. You've just got to be patient.
And as you said before, Sanjin Pehlivanovic has got a really good CV already. World Junior Champion, 8-time European Junior Champion in various disciplines. Strike back, no doubt about that whatsoever.
Yeah, I remember we played a tournament, oh, it's got to be 10 years ago. And it was in Sarajevo, and there was this young boy running around the pool, and he had long blonde hair, and it was Sanjin. And he was a very tidy young player back then. He was about, probably 9, 10 years old. And he was tipped to have a big future in the game of pool. And there you see again another ball on the break, and they do have a shot at the one. Looks like it's going to be a tricky positional shot.
He's known as a shot maker, Niels Feijen, and that draws a smattering of applause from a very tough audience, i.e. his fellow competitors. Terrific.
Yeah, tremendous shot there from Niels. To give his partner a look at this 2-ball. Again, he's just got to navigate. Bit of positioning for the 3, so that's job well done. This gives you such confidence. It's just it's a weird feeling because you're having the chances and you're running the balls out, and kind of just gives you that air of arrogance around the table. Don't feel like you can miss.
Well, at the moment, this does not resemble the game we were watching late last night between Estonia and Belgium, where mistakes proliferated. Confined to their chairs, powerless. That's the thing with 9-ball pool, and with this winner breaks format, you can be sitting down for a very lengthy time, especially against world-class opposition. But there, could that be the turning point?
Yeah, a few weeks ago we played Championship League pool here in the same venue, and a lot of matches Niels played, he was missing a lot of balls you expect him to make, and that was another one where you would expect the great man to make it, but well, he's got Bosnia out of the chair, and this is a big rack.
One thing that Feijen knows only too well is that you don't want to give these youngsters any latitude, any encouragement.
Yeah, Sanjin's left his partner a little bit of work to do there with this shot.
Extension, please.
Pehlivanovic is a little thin one, and I'm not sure if he can just pop this and play 2 rails. Yeah, job well done there. That's a little nerve settler. It's not the easiest of shots he was faced with for your first shot in the event.
That was a surprise, not the Bosnians winning the rack, but the fact that 4-time Mosconi Cup MVP Niels Feijen missed the ball that allowed them to put their first rack on the board.
samo fokus, znači da ostaneš miran, da ostaneš dolje na štapu i sve kako si fino kad si otišao na štapu. To je bitno i kontrolom bijeva, sve kako protiš, sve meni sedmice i dotak ono. Znači dotak.
Okay, 30 seconds on the break.
In the first two racks, the Netherlands were smooth as silk, but then came that mistake out of the blue, or more pertinently, out of the purple. And the Bosnians, of course, from there, took advantage. So it's 2-1 to the Netherlands, but Bosnia get to break here.
Now to break, trailing by 2 racks to 1.
Sanjin breaks in the fourth, and that looks a very nice break indeed. Makes a ball, and they do have an open look. The yellow one ball.
So my question, Carl, is this: are you calling him Sanjin because you know him well, or because you don't want to say his second name, Pehlivanovic? Come on.
Pehlivanovic.
Thank you.
You were right first time, no, Phil. I'll stick with Sanjin. Yeah, it's a little tricky shot he's faced with it. It looks like he's playing a cut shot into the centre. Couldn't avoid the cannon into the two. Now he can cut this in the corner, but the next ball is the red 3, and that's the one that's on the side rail, so he's got to try and navigate position.
Extension called.
Not going to be easy, this. Yeah, so much so he decided to play safe, and pretty good decision that there.
Extension called.
Niels Feijen with the jump cue. I think he's trying to play a bank shot into the corner. Yeah, that's what he tried.
Can be. I wasn't sure.
Like to see a replay here because I think he hit the green 6 first.
Foul, ball in hand.
Well, there it is, you see. Foul, ball in hand. Definitely the green 6 was contacted first, and I think Feijen owned up to it.
Well, I didn't even see that, so I'm even more worried about tomorrow night. So what a change of events we're having in this match. Oh no, what's he done there? He's tried to power the ball in. That's just a little bit of inexperience. You've got to try and give the pocket a chance.
How often do you see successive matches where someone misses with ball in hand? We saw that last night from Serge Das, and now again right there.
Yeah, the cue ball's landed on the ball in the centre of the table, so he has got a hook, and this is a horrible shot. He's playing 2 rails, trying to pot the 2. Yeah,
Well,
so that's the type of shot where you want 2 goals at it, which unfortunately you can't have. And early drama. It all looked like Holland was going to go 3-0 up, and all of a sudden things have started to happen.
When a table is like this, at international level, it should be cleared up, quite simply. One has to say, though, having missed the 2, the Bosnians were very fortunate where the cue ball came to rest. That's 9-ball pool all over though, isn't it, Carl? And particularly this format, just when you think everything is going swimmingly, something happens and you're derailed.
Yeah, every opportunity you get in pool, you've got to try and take, and that's easier said than done at times. But just one little error can just change a match on its head. It looks like he's trying to play this off 2 rails, so he's got to watch the 9-ball. Yep, that's nicely judged. Looks a little bit edgy, doesn't he, since he's missed that 2-ball.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
How about that? Who would have thought it before? Feijen missed the 5-ball in the third rack. It is now all square, 2-2.
Yes, what an exciting start here. I'm delighted to say Austria's Albin joins us. What a fantastic start, and mistakes being made by the Dutch team.
Yeah, true. Niels made two, maybe unfortunately, mistakes. So, but I think they will come back stronger and settle down the nerves and get the win.
This just shows in this World Cup there's no strong favourites. Any nation can get these victories.
No, of course. I mean, Bosnia plays good. They took the chances. Unfortunately, he missed with ball in hand, but got away with it. But yeah, of course. I mean, they can run out easily 2 more racks, and then it's going to be a tough turnaround for Holland, I think.
I'd love you to stay up here because this match is so good. We want your analysis during the match. Join us very, very soon. We're going to come back to the match now.
Strange to see Albin on the sidelines at a World Cup so early.
Yeah, very bizarre. So used to seeing the guys in the finals last 3 years, phenomenal achievement, 2-time champions, and
The current score is
you know, Slovakia were just flawless.
Bosnia
It was
and
as
Herzegovina
simple
to
as
break.
that.
Ajdin, Piknjač breaking off in rack 5. Well, it looked for a while as though it was going to be perfect, that the 1 in, the 2 over the pocket, but is the ping 4 getting in the way?
Yeah, interesting situation now, because if you can't kick this off the top rail, a very, very tricky spot. Of course, you can play a push out, but where do you push to? Yeah, he's trying to swerve it and just flick the top rail first. He swerved it a little too much and caught the ball. Has he got a shot on this 3?
Well, he can definitely hit the 3, but can he hit it thick enough to make the combination?
Very tidy shot indeed. Played it rail first, that's all he could see. And that guaranteed position, so nice shot, that. Important few balls coming up now for Bosnia. And just as I said that, as Sanjin lost a cue ball. Just want to kind of grind your way through the first round match, get a feel of the table. Of course, the guys have been practicing. And there's 2 tables for the players to practice on, but it never quite plays the same as the match table. Yeah, Ajdin's just looking at the 8 ball. He feels like if he pots the 4, the cue ball's running towards the black 8. So, and this is not an easy pot. Looks a lot easier on your screens, but it's what we call a blind pocket shot, and you can often miss it by a long way. And Ajdin, he did, unfortunately, and it's a shame that, because that would have really given Team Holland something to think about, and now they're back at the table with a chance.
With their experience, they'll know that it's very important to reassert their authority.
That's the sign of a good team, though. Getting up from the mistakes and, you know, just kicking on and putting the mistakes behind you. And did you notice how it was Marc who played the shot? It was a bit of a tricky shot. Niels is obviously, you know, he's going through the motions a little bit, and that's also a good thing what the team should be doing. If one of the players is struggling and not quite feeling good, let your partner step up and take on the big shots.
Well, apart from failing to get out of that very awkward snooker, the unintentionally laid snooker on the 2-ball, Bijsterbosch has been excellent so far. Error-free. Marc Bijsterbosch on the mark there and regaining the lead for the Netherlands. It's 3-2. He's the least known of these two players, the man on the left there, but he has won a European Pool Championship title in 2017 in 10-ball. It was at the Salgados Palace Hotel in Albufeira, Portugal. He beat Christian Sparenlöf Fischer from Sweden 10-6 in the final. Very interestingly, in the quarterfinals, he overcame Niels Feijen. Hasn't affected their friendship, though. Bijsterbosch also came very close to winning the Slovenian Open Euro Tour event in 2014, losing out to a man we saw last night, Dennis Graber from Estonia. As for Bosnia and Herzegovina, well, it's a very small country, around 3.3 million population. There's going to be lots of interest in these two over there, and let's hope they acquit themselves with credit. Under those lights, though, it really does sort the men from the boys.
Rack number 6. Netherlands is leading by 3 racks to 2.
And in this tournament, the women from the girls.
The Terminator, Niels Feijen. He's breaking in the 6th.
Push
So
out.
he's made a ball, and there you hear the push from Marcel, who's our referee. And you see the green 6, he's got the guys hooked on the yellow 1 ball, so it's going to be a push out. And the blue 2, he's actually tied up onto the brown 7, so that gives them, well, it gives them a little bit of insurance.
Push out caught. Your choice, guys.
I always say the push out and the way you approach it is a game within a game. It's all about personal preference and playing the percentages. We've not seen an awful lot of pushing out so far in the event. One man's meat is another's poison when it comes to pushing out.
Is that right? Another 30 seconds, isn't it? Yeah, another 30 seconds. Give it back. Yeah, your choice. No,
Yeah,
that was
so
fine.
obviously
It
we
was
can
30
pop the
seconds on
1 ball,
Should have been
but
60 instead.
there's no point in just doing that because of the 2. And I think he could play a cross bank, so he could try and bank the 1 into the top right corner, and the cue ball would travel back down. Does possess a lot of cue power, does Marc. Yeah, he's played the cross bank, but he's missed the cross bank. And now Bosnia have got half a chance here. They can cut this 1 ball into the corner, and they might take the risk of trying to break out that cluster of balls. Gonna need a little bit of luck though.
Extension called.
Yeah, he took the risk. It was a good pot. You're never quite sure how the balls are going to come out. And still very tricky position that they're faced with. Yeah, that's a lovely safety shot from Ajdin. That ties the cue ball up on the 7. Now Holland have just got a kick shot.
Did really well there because easy to be distracted by the pips of the 30-second shot clock.
Yeah, job done there from Niels. Just make sure you get contact, which he did, and Sanjin's not got an easy shot here. Possible combo on the 6, or can he put it in the corner? That was a nice pot, that. Lost the cue ball again a little bit, but I'm sure he put all his focus in the pot. Again, another nice shot off the rail. They're never easy when you're queuing off the rail, so 2 nice shots there, but again faced with another horrible shot here. Playing a combo, plenty of distance. This is not easy.
Those beeps coming in regularly, taking up their full allocation of seconds. But in that instance, position surrendered.
Yeah, don't blame him for putting all his effort in making the combo and maybe not really caring about the positional play. This cue ball needs to slow down. It's going very near the corner.
Come on, please. Thanks.
Just catches the rail, so that's not bad.
Of maken of achterop, maar op een gegeven moment.
Extension, please.
No, I don't think he's got a full ball hook. I think he can see a slight edge. Yeah, you can just see a slight edge. This is very, very difficult shot. Does he play the cut? Can't tell if he's playing the cut or if he's just trying to... No, I think he's got to play the cut. Yeah, that's what he went for. The 9 ball's close. Oh, I think it was going to go in. The cue ball's come down and stopped it in its tracks.
I'm saying far jaw here, Cole. Maybe you're right, though.
Yeah, it would have been close. Good news for Bosnia, though. This is a great chance to tie the match up. Well, he's left his partner on the 50-yard line. Still a good chance, though, for Ajdin. Just focus on the pot. This must be our youngest pairing in the event, Phil.
Can't think of anyone else who could challenge them.
Well, it's definitely not me and Darren.
The good news is you're not the oldest. How about this, folks? How about this? The fourth seeds, the Netherlands, are being held to 3 racks each by the number 29 seeds, the youthful Bosnia and Herzegovina pairing. Welcome back to Stadium MK and welcome back to day 2 of the World Cup of Pool 2021. We're currently watching the Netherlands and Bosnia and Herzegovina. A little later this afternoon it's Finland-Iceland, they're up next, and then France-Denmark tonight. Spain-Italy Germany, one of the giants of European pool, taking on Lithuania, and it's Poland and Kuwait to finish off. Here it's a case of let youth be served. An 18-year-old and a 19-year-old holding their own against the Dutch.
Yeah, at first glance I thought the cue ball was going to get stuck behind this cluster of balls. And I think there is some form of gap. Not an easy shot though. I think he's looking at playing a carom onto the 9-ball, so a little bit of an early chase.
Foul shot.
Yeah, he went for the carom, didn't hit it right, and he's sold out there. Cue ball scratches in the corner.
Foul shot. Ball.
The trade-off with younger players, they've not got the battle scars of their older opponents. But they've also not got the experience and sometimes the caution that comes with bad memories.
Niels is having a good look at the angle he's left with, because I think if he draws the cue ball back, he's worried about the side pocket. Yeah, so he plays for the 5-ball down the rail instead.
Bosnia Herzegovina of full level, but they can't quite seem to hit the front. And now it is the Dutch who are back in the ascendancy at only 4-3 though.
Yes, 4-3 to the Dutch against Bosnia and Herzegovina, and with Austria's Ajdin. Bosnia not out of it, they just need to cut out some of the mistakes.
No, I think it's a pretty even match, and the previous rack, Bosnia just took the chance and took the risk, but unfortunately they scratched with the cue ball, and Holland took the chance, and they're in the lead back, and well, I think they will take it from now on.
Do you feel extra pressure being the favourites on this ball, because it's quite an unforgiving tournament, isn't it? First to 7.
Yeah, of course it definitely is, and I saw it, and well, we stuck in the chair for like 25 minutes or something, so it was quite horrible for us. But I hope I will never feel that again.
Look, we've got plenty of fantastic tournaments to come over the next few weeks. But have you had time to take stock of yesterday's result?
Yeah, of course. We had a little bit of a talk, had a few drinks, and he's already in the plane back home, and I'm staying here for the next 10 days before the World Pool Masters. So hopefully I get some table time, because I didn't have a lot, but I'm ready.
That's great, Ajdin. That means I can come on and you can come here. And we would love your analysis. But let's get back to the table though now. It's 4-3 to Holland.
Okay then,
The 8th rack.
back to the action, and Bijsterbosch
Leading 4-3.
to break off.
Yeah, he does have a wonderful break shot, does Bijsterbosch there, plenty of power, controls the cue ball. And the 1 ball does pass this red 3 ball that's over the corner. You could see Niels as he walked round, because you can see the pink 4 ball coming down near the 9. Interesting one really, because I don't think the 4 passes the 9, so he might play an early kind of carom shot and make the 9 with the cue ball, so we'll just keep an eye on this.
Well, certainly the ability to get position from 3 to 4 shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, there's distance, but they can pretty much pick where they leave the cue ball off the 2 here.
Extension.
Extension, please.
Now they're taking their 30-second extension. It's a 30-second shot clock rule, but each team is allowed 1 30-second extension per rack. And the reason they're taking the extension here, Carl, is not because this shot is difficult. It's a tough choice, a dilemma as to what to do next.
Yeah, once they've figured out where they want the cue ball, because obviously Niels, he's kind of telling his partner a rough area where he wants the cue ball. Niels is just going to play this cue ball down to the bottom rail. Then Marc's going to try and flick off the pink 4 and pot the 9. But I think it's important he gets this cue ball right down onto the rail. Needs to get this on the rail. If he doesn't get it on the rail, I don't know if he can play the carom. See how the cue ball's landed a good foot short of the rail, so yeah, now he's going to try and play the hook. And he played the hook well.
This is a little toughy.
Yeah, you could see there, if the cue ball was on the rail, he was pretty much guaranteed to pot the 9 there, but didn't get there, so he's had to play the safety. Now, this is so difficult to hit. Well, it might not even be worth attempting the hit.
Extension, please.
There doesn't look to be an obvious path the cue ball can take to make contact with this ball. Yeah, I think he's going to try and do something with...
Foul shot. Bad hit. Ball in it.
Yeah, I could see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to separate the 2 balls in the centre of the table, so the Dutch pair couldn't lay an easy snooker back. Of course, to get ball in hand, he can put the cue ball wherever he wants. Yeah, so he gets the hook, he cuts out this side rail, could possibly go 2 rails.
It's worth mentioning at this point, Carl, that the 3 foul rule is in operation at this tournament. If you make 3 fouls in any one rack, you lose it.
Yeah, that's 3 consecutive fouls as well.
Foul shot.
So now, as Phil said,
Second
that's
foul.
2 fouls, and
Ball in.
well, this is an interesting situation.
Start, please.
So he's going to try and kind of bump the pink ball out the way. Well, one thing's for certain, Phil. If they do get there. Yeah, he played a neat
Guys,
shot
gotta
there,
remind you,
Ajdin,
if you're on
because
2
he made
fouls,
it actually
commit a
very
foul on this
difficult.
shot, you're gonna lose the rack.
think where he pushed the 6, all the balls were touching. It was it wasn't easy as it looked. Now can he chop this ball in and use the 8 ball to stop the cue ball for the purple 5? It was obviously too thin, so he just played it with pace and needs the cue ball to bounce.
Nothing simple here, but it could have been worse.
Big shot coming up here now. Just got to try and pop the ball whenever you're queuing down on the cue ball. There you see it makes the pot harder. And he's missed it. He needs this ball to keep travelling and land on the bottom rail. So it's not the worst leave. And if it's touching, I don't think he can play the bank into the corner.
Well, Niels Feijen, known for his power, there having to rely on delicacy and his touch.
Yeah, real nice safety shot there from the Terminator. And now you can see all the balls are open if he was to miss this shot. Just got to try and make contact here. He's got to be quick. Yeah, it's all got a bit lost there, a little bit of inexperience. Need to make the decision a little bit quicker because of the shot clock.
Shot.
Well, from here, it really should be as simple as you like.
So this rack had a little bit of everything, but it's going to go Holland's way with this 9 ball.
There it is. I think the way the Dutch approached that rack, I think they deserved it. And so, for the first time since 2-0, there is a 2-rack gap, and it is in favour of the Netherlands. They came so close, the Netherlands, to winning this title. In 2013, losing out 10-8 to the Filipinos in the final. And then in 2014, down in Portsmouth, oh, that was a heartbreaker, it really was. Feijen and Nick van den Berg should have won it, but they lost in the final to England. Darren Appleton, and guess who? Carl Boys. I bet when you finished that match off and held the trophy up, you couldn't quite believe it, because they did squander chances, didn't they?
Yeah, it was Hill and Darren broke, and the cue ball went in the side pocket. They had ball in hand and it was there for the taking, but the pressure got too much, Phil.
And of course in 2010, Carl, you beat Niels Feijen in the final of the World 8-Ball Championship.
Yeah, seems like a lifetime ago.
Feijen in 9th break. Netherlands is leading 5-3 and will break.
All of that, by the way, was my pep talk for tomorrow.
Cheers, pal, picking me up for the big fall. Wonderful cue ball control on the break there from Niels. There you see he's trying to will all the balls, and there you see the big cluster on the left-hand side.
zeg maar. Ja? Of hier midden. Kijk maar wat je kan.
You can see where Niels is waving his cue. He wants the cue ball there because if Marc can get the cue ball where he was pointing, he's going to be playing safe again. Yeah, didn't quite get the cue ball back far enough, so might see Niels trying to play safe in behind the black 8 ball. He didn't quite get enough side on it. He knew he was always going to leave the 3 ball in the safest position. Big rack now for the youngsters. Trailing 5-3, of course. If Netherlands win this rack, they'll be on the hill with a bit of breathing
Extension,
space.
please.
So, big shot coming up. There you see he's lining up, playing a combination, trying to pot the pink 4 ball. This is not easy whenever there's distance. Yeah, this is not easy. Big shot. Wonderful shot there from Sanjin. The position was never guaranteed. That was not what was in his mind. It was all about making that combo, and that really is a great shot.
Arguably the best shot of the match so far. Now, what can they do with it?
Yeah, he's got to play a little delicate safety. Very easy to under-hit this or over-hit it. Yeah, and although it's not, you know, the best safety shot we've ever seen, the main thing is he's not left the pot. Of course, it's an easy kick shot, but he didn't leave a pot. That's the main thing. Marc's going to try and draw the cue ball off the rail, off the ball, in back behind. As he under-hit this, he needs the ball to travel, and it's not, so that little safety shot from Bosnia has forced a mistake. Seems to be the story of the match for this. We keep saying this is a big shot, this is a big shot.
And Pehlivanovic is the man who is entrusted with taking it on. You have to say their time management is spot on. Pretty much every shot is played with a couple of beeps left.
Yeah, they've made a good account of themselves so far in this match. Of course, Netherlands, you know, on paper, they was the favourites, but we've seen defending champions bow out, and you know, they're both young lads. Yeah, they'd love to have got the cue ball a little bit higher, so now this is also not an easy shot. If he wants to hold the cue ball for guaranteed position, he's got to play this real soft. Played that lovely with loads of drag where the cue ball can then hold, and well, he's got his partner in prime position. That was not an easy shot. I think when people are watching at home, Phil, you know, they just think you're just hitting the cue ball and trying to pot the ball, but all these different shots. you know, you've got to play certain shots and hit high and low on the cue ball to make the cue ball do different things.
Yes, and this isn't a gimme by any means, giving off the cushion like this, although he should make it.
Yeah, so Ajdin, where he nearly scratched on the previous shot and didn't leave his partner in perfect position, well, he's put himself in this position with a tricky 9-ball.
Oh dear, as soon as he made contact with it, he knew that that near jaw was coming into the equation. Is that going to be the pivotal moment in this contest?
Yeah, you see it a lot when the cue ball lands on the 50-yard line and you're not quite perfect. It was all caused by the poor positional shot he played to get his partner on the 8. Now Niels, is he playing thin or is he playing the bank shot up into the top right corner?
Well, he went thin and in the end, too thin. High tariff, but the great Niels Feijen, he's made a career of knocking in that kind of shot. It is a match on again. Bosnia and Herzegovina are sticking to the Dutch like glue. 5-4 now. You always associate shock results with the early stages of the World Cup of Pool, and another one could be brewing here. After that, thin cut from Sanjin.
Thank you, Rector.
Pehlivanovic.
Bosnia and Herzegovina will break. Current score is 5-4 in favour of Team Netherlands.
Ajdin. Piknjač breaking off in rack 10, trying to get Bosnia and Herzegovina back onto level terms once more.
So it's a dry break, lost the cue ball a little bit. Now Netherlands do have a shot on the one ball, but it's not easy. Yeah, the only good thing is where the two ball is. If he does pop this and run the cue ball through, he's pretty much guaranteed a form of shot. Yeah, he's played well in this match, hasn't he, fellas? Marc, he's playing flawless stuff here. He's carrying the team.
Well, in terms of reputation and career CV, he would be the first to admit that he's the junior partner, but he's not portrayed that in this contest. He's been the best player of the two.
Yeah, and this is what Scotch doubles play is all about. You know, if Holland go on to win this match and advance, you know, it could be Niels who's playing the better stuff in the next round, and it's all about managing the team correctly and who plays what shot when, and he's definitely looked like he's been in form in this match so far.
The makeup of this Dutch side always reminds me of the Finnish side when it was Petri Mäkinen and Mika Immonen. Okay, we knew that Immonen was the main man, as it were, but Mäkinen, terrific player in his own right, as Bijsterbosch is.
Extension.
Extension, please.
Niels just needs a little bit more time on this shot, just purely where the brown 7 ball is, but I think he can just float past the left side of it, play for this purple 5 in the right corner. That looks perfect.
Not as low on the shot as he normally would be because of the 8 ball. The pot is made, the side is applied, and hey-ho, fine nicely on the 6.
To play that shot with a lot of pace to get the cue ball over.
Netherlands.
Very good indeed. Super pot to open that rack, and Marc Bijsterbosch pots the 9 to give the Dutch a 6-4 lead. They're on the hill.
Yes, the Dutch are on the hill. One more rack to go for them. They were the favourites, but Bosnia have been impressive. Right, you've got one more to go. What's the thinking now, Albin?
Well, I think for Bosnia it's only to wait for maybe a mistake, or maybe they don't make a ball on the break. And then take the chance, of course, and maybe run out the last 3 racks. And for Holland it's only prepare for a good break and hopefully a nice run out.
if it is going to go Holland's way, I've been pretty impressed by the Bosnian side, though. Have you?
Yeah, of course. They're super motivated. They came here. They had nothing to lose. Probably like Slovakia last night. So, I think they could come back. I mean, if Holland makes one more mistake, they can easily take it.
And you look at Holland, can you see the quality coming through sometimes that justifies their position as one of the favourites?
Yeah, definitely. Yesterday, Mario asked me who's going to win now. I said the final could be Holland and Spain.
Holland and Spain. Ajdin, we'll speak to you very soon. Let's get back to the table now.
Good to get the insight of a former world 9-ball champion and a Mosconi Cup hero.
6-4.
Another one is involved here, Niels Feijen. 13 times he's played in the Mosconi Cup for Europe. Today he's the second best on his duo. Marc Bijsterbosch has played very nicely, although there he diced with the in-off.
Yeah, would you look at that? How's it stayed on the table?
There's a portion of that cue ball actually hanging over the drop.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a cue ball that deep into a side pocket before. Look at that. And the bad news is I don't think they can see that one ball. I think the jaw is stopping them hitting it. So it's going to be a push out.
Push out called. Your choice, guys.
Well, I think Team Holland will just throw this one straight back because he's pushed out into a full ball. Hawken. Yeah, this is...
You played the push, didn't you? Yeah.
This is very low percentage, this jump shot.
And although it's alternate shot, the player who played the push, if he's put back in, gets to play the actual shot himself. Well, again, this one ball flying all around the table. It could have stopped anywhere. Look where it comes to rest. Dutch got a clear shot there. More than likely, it's all over.
Yeah, Niels has seen this many times, tries to get the hook behind the 4 and he doesn't. Now the one ball is touching the side rail. Does it pass the red 3? Well, even if it will, that is very tight there, you can see. Yeah, that's such a difficult shot. I think he'd be better off trying to find a safety. He's eyeing it up though.
Extension, please. Foul shot. Ball in hand.
Dear me.
Start the clock, please.
Yeah, very tough Porton. He's lost a cue ball. A little bit unlucky to glance the 6 and find the pocket, but it was a very low percentage shot he took on. And this is all you can ask for. Ball in hand when you're on the hill to win the opening round.
You know, when Sanjin Pehlivanovic was 11 years old, he and a friend played in the qualifying competition. of the World Cup of Pool in Eastern Europe. They got all the way to the final, one match away from representing his country at the age of 11, Sanjin, but they lost. He claimed that was the biggest disappointment of his pool life. This one will also be a big disappointment because there's no getting away from it. They've had their opportunities, and Sanjin in particular has looked good.
Yeah, he's got a bright future, that's for sure. Takes his pool very serious, plays in all the events that he possibly can. Niels has just got a little bit of work to do here to navigate position for the purple 5 after potting this 4
Extension,
ball.
please.
You know, it's not the easiest of racks. It's not what we call, you know, a roll map where it's kind of much guaranteed. You can see where the 6 ball is and the 7. There's still a bit of work to be done. He needs this cue ball to slow down as well. It's just run on a little bit.
It's a very icy surface, even now.
Yeah, he had to play the bank shot and he played it well. Kind of forgot about the positioning a little bit, just overrun it. Niels is looking at the side pocket. He's got to miss the 8 ball if he... No, he's stunning it, and I think trying to play 1 rail off the top rail, drawing it all the way back down. That's not bad. He's left his partner a shot.
If you recall, they broke and ran the first 2 racks. Should have also won the 3rd, but Feijen missed quite a routine 5 ball, and ever since they've been fully stretched.
Yeah, he tried to hold it. He had such a big angle, so he tried to play the 7 in soft to hold the cue ball. And now Niels, is he going to play safe or is he going for the bank? Years of experience there. A lot of players might have been tempted to the bank. Niels just separates the balls either side of the table and forces the youngsters into a full-length table bank shot. So Sanjin, it's your time to shine. This full-length bank to stay in the tournament. You've got 5 seconds, buddy. And he's missed it. He needs the pool gods. He needs the pool gods. And he has left Marc a shot.
Yes, those pool gods have turned their backs. The winning 9 ball about to be deposited by Niels Feijen. The Terminator terminates Bosnia and Herzegovina. In the end, the scoreline in favour of the Dutch, 7 racks to 4.
Yes, relief for the Dutch. There were scary moments at times, but they have gone through, and that is the main thing. I look forward to speaking to them very, very shortly. But I've got Ajdin. Oh, they're happy. Look how happy they are. The thumbs up. They know they're through. It's